Would you believe if you were told that there are harmful foods humans eat which damage their health? Many of the foods you consume on a daily basis may have unexpected and even disastrous side effects, as well as unseen toxins, parasites, and poisons that you are totally ignorant of. Get ready to be shocked by the reality about these delightful delicacies which vary from heated sushi to toxic cherries. But first, be sure to help the channel out by clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon for more informative videos like this. The 10 most harmful food people keep eating. Number 10. Savage soda. We all know that soda isn't the best choice, but did you know that drinking too much sugary liquids can age us and hurt our bodies? A new study found that drinking too much soda can change our telomeres, which are chromosomal regions associated with aging. 3 years of regular consumption of 20-ounce drinks can cause alterations that are about equivalent to aging 4.6 years. These changes make the skin weaker and raise the likelihood of mortality. Diet beverages aren't any better. Despite having fewer calories, they contain a lot of artificial sweetness, which might make you gain weight when you taste it. Because our brain believes we've consumed sugar, it predicts an increase in calories. But when those calories don't show up, our brain starts to crave them. With risks on both sides of the fence, our anticipation raises our likelihood of overeating later in the day. It usually is advisable to avoid fizzy drinks. Number 9. Fugu. Would you risk your life to eat something like this? People are believed to be excited to try the fish every year since it is so delicious. I'm not exaggerating when I state that a puffer fish's skin and internal organs contain tetrodotoxin. It's a poison that is 1,200 times more deadly than cyanide. Each pufferfish contains enough poison to kill 30 people, and there is no known cure. Despite this, a lot of Japanese chefs devote 2 to 3 years to their studies in order to obtain a specific certification that enables them to cook and serve fugu. Due to the intensive training required to earn a fugu preparation license, the dish could cost upwards of $200 after the poisonous skin and organs have been removed. Improperly prepared fugu can cause paralysis and even death if consumed. The majority of the United States, the European Union, and the United Kingdom all reject it. Make sure your fugu is handled by a puffer specialist if you're determined to try it, as nearly all fatalities occur when the fish is prepared by persons who aren't certified or authorized. Number 8. Cherries. Did you realize that cherries contain a poison that can be fatal? The cherry's beautiful red fresh is safe to eat, but its pit contains the naturally occurring chemical amygdalin. This chemical is processed by our system into the fatal poison cyanide. It becomes highly poisonous when consumed by us. The poison in cherry pits is contained in the inedible seeds at the center of the pit, so don't worry if you swallow one. This indicates that it typically enters your system undamaged, preventing your body from absorbing the potentially harmful substances inside. However, if you cut, chew, or crush the pit, the poison may enter your system and prevent you from breathing enough amygdalin. The number of cherry pit varies, but 2 to 3 are typically sufficient to produce potentially deadly symptoms. Number 7. Sushi. Would you consume a writhing, twitching octopus? San-nakji, a meal produced by killing and eating a little octopus while the nerve activity keeps it wriggling, is regarded as a delicacy in Korea. Despite how horrible it may appear, a stern health warning is provided with the rare delicacy. Failure to completely chew one's meal can be deadly, even after an octopus has passed away. Its tentacle suction cups may hold onto the objects. They might get trapped in your mouth or throat on the way down. Once attached, the tentacles could be incredibly difficult to remove. Each year, 6 people die as a result of this meal by choking off. You may describe it as the octopus taking revenge, but I would call it a reason not to eat it. Before we continue, we have got a fact talk for you. Do you know that you typically only breathe through one nostril at a time? Number 6. Chili peppers. Only a couple of individuals are aware that eating too many hot chili peppers can have far more horrifying effects than just a painful walk to the bathroom the next day. This is true even though a spicy chili pepper can make you feel irritated and uncomfortable. When you eat peppers, they can only burn you if you are already burning. On the other hand, chili peppers have a chemical substance called capsicum that causes our brain's heat-sensitive neurons to fire. As blood vessels pump more blood to the afflicted area, our brain is deceived into activating our burn defense system, which is where the trouble starts. As your stomach tries to expel whatever is burning it, and as your body inflates fluid-filled sacs to protect the deeper tissues, this may result in inflammatory, nausea, and even reddening. The more hot peppers you eat, the more severe the negative effects will be as our bodies work to put out the fake flames. If you wish to prevent these symptoms, check the Scoville scale before you choose your next pepper. This scale rates the heat levels of different chili varieties based on how much capsicum each one contains. Number 5. Fruit juice. Fruit juice is made from food, even though it isn't strictly food. We'll discuss it nevertheless, because who knows what dangers an innocent natural fruit juice might present. Fruit juice has more calories per serving than carbonated beverage. It may sound absurd, but according to a 2019 study of 14,440 American adults, having just one 12-ounce cup of juice daily increases mortality risk by 24% compared to not drinking any at all. Meanwhile, the death rate only goes up by 11 with the same amount of soda. Why then is juice so unhealthy for us? Well, fructose, which has some really unfavorable side effects, makes up the majority of the sugar in fruit. It's addictive and has the power to make us feel hungry even after eating a sufficient amount of calories. By reducing fructose absorption and promoting fullness when we consume fruit, the fiber component counteracts these effects. Juice only offers a small portion of the health benefits of consuming fruit because it may release the sugar and fruit while shredding up most of the fibers. Number 4. Hot dogs. As you may be aware, processed meat increases your risk of developing cancer. The fact that these sausage-shaped delicacies are a prominent source of choking in children under the age of 14 should be provided with extreme caution. Is another reason you should stop eating hot dogs. Hot dogs are the ideal size to clog an airway since they are soft, slippery, and squishy. It's true that the American Academy of Pediatrics is so concerned about the risk that in 2010 it pushed manufacturers to alter the recognizable hot dog form. But until then, cut hot dogs into pieces before serving them to your children. Or yourself, if you can't be trusted to eat. Number 3. Salmon. Salmon bred on farms has a dubious image. The fish from Norway has very high levels of PCBs. PCBs are regarded as a possible cause of cancer when unintentionally consumed by humans. They are also known to impair reproductive function and harm the immune system. So how do these chemicals get into Norwegian farm salmon? Salmon from farms are fed pellets made from the crushed remains of tiny fish. Due to improper trash disposal by businesses close to the streams where they reside, these small individual fish carry trace amounts of PCBs and other hazardous industrial contaminants. The concentration of these chemicals is especially high when many fish are packed into a single pellet. Farm salmon eat these pellets, after which they absorb the PCBs into their various tissues, which are then eaten by humans. Experts in toxicology found that compared to other foods, farmed salmon contains 5 times as many carcinogens. So choose wild fish the next time you're in the mood for fish. Number 2. Fast food. With its high content of sugar, salt, saturated fats, carbohydrates, and calories, fast food isn't exactly the healthiest option. The majority of people are aware of the link between regular fast food consumption and diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. But did you know that it's also bad for your brain? A 2011 study that was published in the Public Health Nutrition Journal found that people who frequently eat fast food are 51 more times likely to experience depression. For instance, it has been demonstrated that excessive consumption of high-calorie foods changes the brain, leading to poor impulse control and cravings. If we experience too many of these highs, our brain responds by reducing the number of opening receptors in our brain. This is because eating junk food triggers the release of dopamine, which gives us a strong feeling and a wonderful rush. As a result of their greater tolerance, junk food consumers could become upset if they don't obtain their fix. If you want to keep both your body and mind in prime shape, the greatest advice is to eat as little food as you can. Number 1. Processed meat. Although it may taste fantastic, there are some major health hazards. Based on multiple in-depth studies, processed meat increases your risk of developing cancer. The problem is caused by the way that processed meat is prepared, which uses nitrates and nitrites to make the meat last longer. On the other side, when we consume them, our bodies convert them into nitrosamines. These have the potential to damage our DNA, raising our long-term risk of developing cancer. When meat is heated to high temperatures during cooking, more of these dangerous chemicals are produced. Nutritionists concur that cutting down on processed meat consumption is a healthy choice. Rather than taking home the bacon, choose something non-processed like free-range chicken, turkey, or even a meatless option. Does watching this video change your mindset about the food discussed? Which one of them amazes you? Kindly share your opinion in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.